Yo, test 1 2. AC Sports Live on a Tuesday night, like we always do. AC2 will be joining me shortly. Tonight's show brought to us by All In CDL Training. Broadcasting live from the studio number 2, the Cave, aka the Garage. For old time's sake, we used to be in here tough during the pandemic. So today, thought it would just be a throwback going into the dungeon. I think I see Alexander Cobbs, AC2, checking in. We have him on the show. There he is.
What's up, y'all?
All right. Let me turn down your microphone. It's super hot. Let me see if I can get some act right on that. All right, man. Tonight's show, gonna touch on
the back up.
No, you're good. I turned down the vacuum. I had it all the way up, and I could turn it down just a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Just so it's not distorted. Distortion is terrible. It's not what you want. NBA All-Star Game festivities were this weekend. Also want to talk a little bit about
Yep.
salary cap issues. We saw the Dolphins let go of Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb, and we're hearing the Eagles now have to make a decision on Nakobe Dean. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that since we're Eagles fans.
Ooh.
UCLA is on the brink of missing the tournament. So is it the time to let go of Nick Cronin? And then I'm not sure if you saw Michael Jordan acting a little funny style after his win at the Daytona 500. But first things first, man, how's training going? How's the transition going, be it week 3 of the transition?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? How's everything going with you and your training?
It's going great. Now I'm the co-host. Well, not necessarily co-host. I like to call myself your assistant here on AC Sports Live. Training's been going good. I've been eating right, trying to stay healthy. A couple bricks in a row when it comes to my physical status right now. I just got a little knick-knack. I should be back by tomorrow, but as of right now, I'm resting the rest of the day.
The joys of being young. You said you'll be back tomorrow. If I had a little crook in my back, I'm out for a week. Like I'm down for a week. I need chiropractic appointments. I need deep tissue massages. I need ice baths. But these young pups get a little cramp or sleep wrong, and they're back the next day. Oh, the joys of being young. JT's in here. James Tatum. Sideline Sports is in the house, and I'm now back in the mix. I have partnered with Sideline Sports. I'm now part of the team. So check us out at sidelinesports.com. Got some hot programming coming up real soon. So I'm happy to be back with the guys. I was on the show this evening. JB Ellis and John and Dave, James Tatum, Jay, Wesley Snipes, Denzel Snipes, if you want to go on the internet. But pretty proud about that, man. My boy, my man, cleaner than the Board of Health, Dr. Frazier's in the building. So
what's up?
NBA All-Star Weekend. We're in LA, and we kind of feel the buzz a little bit, but not like it used to be back in the day when you were a kid, when I was really enjoying the league and we had stars who played hard. But the NBA All-Star Week and game have been a little bit of a letdown as of late. What did you think about the dunk contest?
Right.
Did you see the dunk contest?
I didn't even watch it. When I saw it, I didn't even watch it. I ain't gonna be 100% honest with you. That thing has been so lackluster. Like if it wasn't for Mac McClung, the last couple of dunk contests would have been just like not even worth watching, to be honest with you. So when I found out that he was stepping out because he wanted a better opportunity in real terms of basketball rather than just being used for the dunk contest, I kind of just stepped away from the event entirely. I was like, there's no way that it's more exciting to watch the 3 point contest than the dunk contest. Like I don't know what state of basketball but we are in right now, but it's crazy.
I have the one clip where the kid almost died. Let me see if I can find that. All
Let's
right,
go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll that.
we're rolling this one, and it was dangerous. I don't even have sound on this one, I don't think. Do I have sound? Okay. They put it to sad music. Um, Here we go. Oh. Excuse the language, but they put it. This this is not what we come accustomed to. That was dangerous, man. That dude almost died, and this. Some say that's why LeBron never jumped in it. When you're young like that, you can try some daredevil stuff like that, but I don't think we should have no-name guys in the dunk contest. I don't know how they expect us to be excited about a dunk contest with guys we don't even recognize. Now, Mac McClung, his first time out, looked like a regular kid off the street. And after he won the first year, he became a household name. And he was already a household name because he went to Georgetown. And he was big time. He transferred to Texas Tech. We knew who he was. And he can hoop. He's the MVP of the G League 2024, I think it was. But this year, like you said, decided to do his career thing before his dunk career thing, and he decided not to be in it. Or did the NBA decide that you don't need to be in it? I have no idea what the real is, but he's not in it. He posted 4 dunks he would have done, and they would have easily won the dunk contest. I don't even know the name of the young man who won. I just know that he danced more than he dunked. But the All-Star game itself was actually decent until the last quarter. So if you're not familiar with the format, because I'm pretty sure you had Black History rehearsal and everything at church, and you probably weren't able to tune into the game, but I was able to see the third quarter. And I got to see vintage Kawhi Leonard out there competing, stealing the ball, playing defense, and getting buckets. He reminded me of young Kawhi for a hot minute. And it was good to see the guys compete in this roundtable 3-team format where each team wanted to win. So you had Ant-Man going hard, Wembanyama going hard, and then somebody woke up Kawhi. So even if you didn't see the game, you saw the highlights. What do you think it's going to take to keep the competition thing going, especially when the NBA is talking about tanking? Where's the competition, and how do we get guys back to that point of where you always want to show what you got and compete every night?
Yeah, I saw the whole conflict when it came to tanking. I know that they're like even thinking about getting rid of the draft at some point because of how bad it's getting. I don't know what they can possibly do to make a lot of these guys want it more and all that. It's all coming like at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes are playing for money, not playing to win. All-star game, like it's just like a shoulder shrug, honestly. I like the format that they had this year. I think they should keep it. Whatever makes it more competitive is what they should do. I also like the stipulation that they had for the All-Star game back in like I believe was it 2019 or 2020, one of those two. That was a pretty good format too. That made them compete a lot. But this year it was very exciting to watch. Like Kawhi stepped out of his comfort zone, and he went back to being that the claw, and that was very exciting to watch. I was telling my dad that man, Kawhi when he's on, top 25 player of all time. So it's like just seeing him cook and play defense and get steals and all that like that. It just looks.
That's a bold statement. Top 25 all time. That's a lot of people.
Facts.
For the top 75, and you figure Kawhi
Mhm.
jumps up to 25 and he plays like that. When he's unconscious like that,
Yes.
I put him up against anybody. I'm in an argument right now with the sports talk group, and they said 1v1, Larry Bird versus Kawhi Leonard. And I said, well, before we all just jump up and say Larry Bird because he's Larry Legend, I say prime Kawhi that's not injured gave prime LeBron fits. And do you put prime LeBron versus Larry Bird in 1v1 over Bird versus Kawhi in their primes? I say I got Bird as a better player than both. As far as, you know, I mean, LeBron's resume is what it is, but Larry Bird was so bad. He was a bad man. 5 on 5. Cool. But I'm like, 1v1, one on one, unlimited fouls. And Larry Bird's superpower was talking trash. You can't talk trash to a guy who has no emotion. So Kawhi don't care about that. So I'm thinking Kawhi has an advantage because he takes away one of the advantages Bird has. And that was the mental games he would play with people. So I said, give me Kawhi. And everybody jumped on my head about, you know, Larry was 6'10" and physical. I'm like, yeah, but he was a liability on defense. Kawhi in his prime had no weaknesses. Right. So I'm just kind of like, why not be a good? It would be a good game. And 1v1 is not 5 on 5. So I'm not saying Kawhi's better than Larry Bird, but I said 1v1, I think it'd be better than people think. And I was like, I'm like, well, hey, man, if you're not playing winners where Bird can just knock down threes the whole time, if we're playing losers, I think it's an interesting game. And even if they are playing winners, when Kawhi gets one stop, is Bird gonna stop Kawhi from getting to the basket? I don't think so.
I'll tell you what. I know the old head's gonna come after me for this, but I got Larry Bird making two to three 3-pointers, and then after that he's getting shut out. That's how good Kawhi's defense is.
You better not miss.
He can shoot that little behind the arc. That man's hands are like humongous. This man gets blocks off his fingertips. Like, it's crazy.
I think it'd be a good game, man. I'm taking Bird if I'm picking the team, but if I'm going 1v1, give me the claw. And I know it don't sound right for me being an old head myself. I'm a Dr. J guy, Kareem guy, but just Kawhi having that old school game, having the mid range, having a knockdown jumper, and playing that lockdown defense. I say, hey man, you're talking about 1-on-1. 1-on-1. So the All-Star game was salvaged, I would say, by that one quarter. The fourth quarter was a lot like we're used to seeing in the last couple of years, guys not competing. The Elam scoring game was a competitive game a few years back. I hope next year they go to the world versus the U.S. just head up. Maybe, just maybe, they'll have a game where it's actually 4 quarters and 2 teams trying to win. This gimmick pickup game format, it added some excitement, but it still wasn't a game. You really had Ant-Man getting the MVP, but you know, Kawhi was the story, had their team won the championship game at the end. You know, it is what it is. It's entertainment. Yeah. The season must go on. And now we, you know, focus right back at who's going to make the playoffs and who's not. But I will say this. I had a good time at the Athletes in Action All-Star Weekend breakfast on Saturday. Shout out to Jerome Carter, Dr. Carter, Pastor Carter, for inviting me to the event. Athletes in Action is an organization of Christian athletes. And it was my first introduction to my personal relationship with the Savior way back in 1992 when I got to UCLA. And some of the good brothers that was witnessing to us was Rod Harrison and Michael Sylvester. And I actually ran into Michael Sylvester at the actual at the event. So it was a really cool I don't see where I put those pictures. I might have had them in here. Texted me. I've been talking this whole time, and nothing was said, nothing was heard. That's an error on my behalf. Oh well. I was just saying some good things about the Athletes in Action event, but you saw the pictures. Allen Houston, Avery Johnson, Kim Anthony, Chris Broussard, all those people, Dave DeRochers, and I think Alex is muted too. Are you muted too? Yep. So we all good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, I was muted.
All right, cool.
I just want
So
to know how much did they hear? Like when did you cut
I
up?
think I got cut off after the video. So the video might have cut it off because I did go from one
Okay,
scene
okay.
to the next just to get those pictures in. But talking about the Eagles linebacker situation. So you got
Yeah.
Zach Bond, N'Kobe Dean were our starters.
Hmm.
But you draft Jahad Campbell, who has the
Yeah.
most upside of all three. And
Yeah.
do you find a way to keep all three, or do you have to let N'Kobe Dean walk?
I'd love to keep N'Kobe Dean because that dude's an athlete. Like he flies around. He lights up running backs off of blitzes like no other. I love watching him play. Jahad Campbell is a very, very young, uh, very high potential player. And I know Zach Bond, we had to pay him because he's just our bald eagle. He flies around the field.
Bald eagle.
I love all three backers. That's actually his nickname. They call him the bald eagle.
The bald eagle.
I love all three of our backers, but man, N'Kobe has to go get paid. Like I respect it. Like I like I like when our guys go get paid. Like when Joshua went to go get paid, I'm like, of course you're not going to get no more rings, but at the end of the day, these people are trying to provide for their families. I was really hurt when we got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Of course, I don't like to break up championship teams because when you break up championship teams, of course, the next season is going to be a little different. So it's just like, I don't know. I really like N'Kobe Dean. I hope he stays with us, but pay cuts are pay cuts. So not everybody's willing to take them.
Yeah. Just kind of circling back when we lost audio, Dr. Frazier said, I think Bird might foul him out. Leonard showed me maybe 4 or 5 good years. We're talking about 1v1 in your prime, Dr. Frazier, and there's no limit on fouls. So I think that would not be an issue. You can foul as much as you want to a point where you're about to fight. It could be a gentleman's scrap. I don't know. As G Trilogy's in here, Plug One said, 1v1, I made some good points. I mean, it's just kind of just a conversation to have amongst brothers. So back to the current topic. As G said, Dean is still young, and I think he remains a key piece of the defense. Absolutely, but it's time for him to get paid. So the 3-year window is up. That's the formula for the NFL. 3 years, maximize talent, win the Super Bowl, and then restart.
Yeah.
So you got Jahad Campbell ready to replace either one, and he has 2 more years on a rookie deal before you have to pay him the house. You just paid Zach Bond the house. Can't have 2 house linebackers. You can only afford one with the amount of money you spent on the offense. So I think we might have to see if anybody's willing to take a pay cut. I don't see Zach Bond taking a pay cut. This might be, he earned that. He got to that level. Pay that man. And if he's going to go get money elsewhere, or you want to be part of a championship team, you'll take less money. Do you believe in the Fangio defense that much? Or, like I heard on the Instagram today, this could be a great season for the Eagles or blow it up season for the Eagles. Because if Sean Mannion can't call plays, then we're going to pretty much be a one and done team like we were this year. Moving forward, keeping it, not sure if you've seen it. I'm going to call this Tender Love. Just jump right into it. Michael Jordan won the Daytona 500. And there's a video surface showing him tickling the little boy, I guess the son of the driver of the car. And with everything going on in the country, everything going on in the world, Michael Jordan being who he is, you know how I do. I always ask why. When I see something, I'm like, okay, why was this on? Why is this pertinent right now? So I'll play the shot. I think AC2 got cut off, but we'll go to the video. Michael Jordan in a white shirt. And he's squeezing the bottom of the little boy that won the race. And it's mind-boggling what is really going on He's he's I don't I don't understand what is going on in that video. I don't understand it at all. I
What
mean,
is he doing?
you're my son, and I've never tickled you or pinched you like that. Like that was weird. You see it, right? Did you see it?
I saw it. That thing is. I don't know. I know he a little old, and them old dudes like Charles Barkley and them, they always be doing something like a little suspect. But I don't know. I can't defend you on this one, Mike.
I don't know, man. And this is where I was. This y'all goat. I'm a Kareem guy. You ain't never seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tickling no little boys. I don't know what this is. I hope it's AI. I hope it's
I
a
don't think
fake.
that's AI.
It's not AI. And I'm thinking to myself, who has a relationship like that with their employees' kids? And as he's trying to celebrate his dad's victory, he took it upon himself to over again pinch his bottom. It might be wholesome, it might be innocent. Then he goes to scratching his legs. I don't know what that was, man. So I just chalk it up as tender love. That's very, very weird. As G said, keep your hands to yourself, MJ. What he may have viewed as innocent could be viewed as inappropriate. Could be. You just wanted
Especially when taken out of context, man.
it's going to be taken away out of context. He could have been wiping something off, but he was pinching to get a rise, a laughter, and the little boy did not flinch. So it's not like the first time he's done it. So I don't know what that is. Again, is this y'all goat? Oh, hey man, I don't know. I don't know. I know some folks is like, man, y'all just trying to distract us from the Epstein files. Y'all just trying to show that even y'all's goat has some tendencies too. I'm like, I don't know, man. But then again, even in Bible times, when they would capture a city, they did not want the daughters. They wanted the young boys. So it's nothing new, but it's tragic regardless. Like SG said, keep your hands to yourself, MJ. With your big old hands. What are you doing? All right, so we talked briefly about competition. We talked briefly about what's missing with all the NIL talk. We're seeing a lot of players demanding certain things. So Rubio sent me a story. I want your response because you're in the mix. And this time next year,
Okay.
you'll be in this mix. Um, this player from Florida, the donor from Florida, a Florida Gators donor, he shares what Eugene Wilson III demanded in his NIL deal. He says, to remain on the field unless I'm tired, $350,000 up front, $75,000 every 3 months until the end of the season, and a team issued photographer to follow him around at all times on campus. That's his NIL request before he transfers. If I don't get this, I'm transferring. I get to play when I'm ready to play. I don't want to be taken out the game. That's the crazy request. The money is one thing, but to say you can't put me on the bench, to say I'm gonna be in every package. I mean, he's receiver one at Florida, but to have him come back before he threatens to go in the portal, I think that window has already passed. But I guess this is what he asked for before that time came up. Would you ever request to remain on the field unless I'm tired?
You want my honest answer?
You're probably the most humble and straightforward and honorable young athlete that I know. But this is what it is. This is what we're seeing as normal now. What could you ask for on top of money in your NIL deal? Like, I don't. Just think about it though. What if he asks for this and it doesn't happen? Like, what's the fine for the team if you don't follow my request? So if you ask,
because once it happens, it's done. Like, it's not like he can transfer again.
Well, if he's young, after the season, I'm gone because you took me out the game.
Yeah.
Let me put this on the screen. Because I ain't making this up. This is on an actual report. And we all know Twitter is the truth. Everything on Twitter is true. And that's I'm being facetious. It's not. But this one seems pretty legit because it's an anonymous donor. And, what do they stand to lose? And these are some specific requests. Let me see if I can get it in. All right, here it is. Eugene Wilson III.
Let's do it.
It's on the screen. I'm not sure if you can see it. You either have to go on your device. Eugene Wilson III's requirements to re-sign with Florida. Remain on the field. $350 up front. And pretty much $25K a month. Until the end of the season. And a team issued cameraman to follow you around and make your content.
That's what I thought was crazy. I thought that the cameraman thing was crazy. That thing is more crazy than the not coming off the field, the money, all that. Like, I was like, you want somebody to follow you around 24/7? That's kind of crazy. I ain't never heard a request like that.
That's kind of that's pretty like self-serving and over the top, but I guess shoot, Bucky does it for Prime, right? Coach Prime's son follows him around for the most part to every event. Team issue photographer to follow him around all times.
Like, what do you need that for? Like, are you trying to post on Instagram or something? Like,
all right,
like, no disrespect, it's just a crazy request. Like, it's just not a request that I'm used to. So I was just like, I'm genuinely curious why that was such a deal breaker for him. I mean, he must have some fire fits he wants to post on the gram or something, because I've never heard of a request like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, how much do you pay a 24 hours a day cameraman? When I'm doing camera, I'm $50, $75 an hour. So you do the math. Say you get a student intern and you pay him $25 an hour, and he's gonna work 20 hours. How many hours a day is he gonna be awake doing stuff? 18 hours times 18, and then times what is it? 6 days a week, 7 days a week, every day. I mean, so $450 a day times 7. So 3 times 4, 12. That's for how many months? 3 months. That's close to $40,000 for your cameraman for 3 months. So $40,000 for 3 months to do camera. That ain't too bad. I'd film you for 3 months for 40 racks. That'd be interesting enough. As long as I ain't got to edit, if I just film and give you the footage. SG says, "Wow, kneecap in the house." Did we hear about what happened to IMG? I think they're being under. I think they had some booster slander. I haven't seen that story. I'll probably report on it next week. He said, "Cobb, if NIL existed during my time at UCLA, what would you have asked for?" I was going to ask my son that. What would be the going asking amount and stipulations? I would have never asked to never come out the game. That's crazy to me. Like that's kind of like indignant to a point where regardless of how I'm playing, that I would ask you to not take me out. That's that entitlement type stuff. I want to earn my playing time, but at the same time, I do want to get paid the going rate. So I'm not sitting out in the cold when I could have got a few dollars from my pocket. Because we were broke, man. You know how broke you were at San Jose State your first year. You were eating Jack in the Box at night. Yeah, y'all was just getting by. Full ride scholarship, just getting by. Was it really bad at San Jose State, and was it really bad at Delaware State as far as money in your pocket? I know you would ask us for money, but as far as you being a student athlete on scholarship, how tight was your pockets?
If you're not making no type of NIL money, you got to mainly use your stipend for living expenses. I know at Delaware State we didn't get no stipends because that's FCS level. But back when I was playing FBS ball at San Jose State, our stipends would not be enough to cover anything except like regular like living. We're able to use it to buy nothing extra, or what I should have done what a lot of the other guys did, and that's move off campus because they boosted the stipend for those guys. And those guys were able to splurge a little bit, especially the ones that started like stacking up on top of each other, all living in one spot. That decreases the price of the rent. Then I would have had a little bit more money, and I probably would have been in a much happier situation. But living in the dorms, man, it was a struggle. Like we had like a stipend that was just to get by. Like we were able to eat in the cafeteria, and we had the little IDs. That's about it.
So the plan this year is to get your dollars up, to get your worth up, get your position up, and with that you can demand a few dollars. But that's not the source of your passion. It's just to play the game at a high level and be the best. If I were to answer SG Trilogy's question, what I would ask for, I think if you're going in from a junior year to a senior year and you're a starter at any position that's starting, and you're a needed individual as far as being a leader on and off the field in the weight room, I think asking for, $100,000 and a nice apartment and a nice leased vehicle will be something that's modest. Like the things that I need to live comfortably. Because I'm looking at the penthouse that the USC kid is living in. And I was kind of like, wow, I wouldn't need that. But I would like to have a nicer apartment. We were staying in the hood in Palms because we couldn't afford Westwood, of course. But a nice apartment nearby campus would have been nice. And extra money in our pockets would have been nice. This kid said $25,000 a month. I mean, that's more than enough. So if we would get it put up in a nice apartment, $100,000, which is a kick in the bucket after taxes, it's going to be about $65,000. For one year, and then you say your junior year you got 100 racks, and then your senior year you come back and ask for 250. It's still way less than these guys are getting millions. The guys are getting millions and not bringing home a championship. These stadiums are packed to the top. So I think they're still making a profit, and these donors have money to burn at places like A&M, Texas, and LSU. Those places, this is a drop in the bucket to those people. So the going rate is
Yeah.
probably what I would have asked for, but I would not have tried to break the bank. I would not have had a personal cameraman. That's definitely something I wouldn't have asked for. Uh, Dr. Fraser said, until they catch you wrong, remember
And
Ja.
when you
Oh
really
yeah,
think about
but it's interesting. We'll see what you ask for next year.
it,
I know you're not going to ask for the house, but you will ask for something that make you comfortable. I think that's what people are really. If the NFL is
a
your
good living
dream,
situation.
yeah, you just want to be taken care of, and you don't have to worry about money. But I don't want it hanging over my head either. I don't want the coach telling me
Yeah.
every time I do something wrong, if you're getting paid $5 million and this is what you do, you're getting paid way too much not to be doing the right things. You messing up, dropping the pass or whatever you did. So JB sent me the article about IMG. They are being fined 1.72 million for accepting tuition fees for two students whose parents are linked to the Mexican drug cartels. Over 5 consecutive years, IMG Academy reportedly transacted with two individuals who OFAC sanctioned based upon their ties to a sanctioned Mexican-based drug cartel. So all money ain't good money, and IMG is about to pay the price. Uh, they say the money is messing up the game. That's saying it in the nicest way possible. We're talking about dirty money, dirty money, the dirtiest of the money, drug cartel money.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does this open the floodgate to all money being investigated as to the origins of it, like oil money, investment funds, pyramid schemes? What are we doing here, man? Is it all about money? I hope not. For the sanctity of the game, with all the tanking going on, with the questionable guys all of a sudden being injured and can't play. I'm still mad about Bo Nix not playing. I don't think he was hurt.
Yeah.
I think it was a plea or ploy to get the Patriots in the Super Bowl. JB said the dirtiest money
I just don't think it'd be worth it.
around, the dirtiest money you could find. All money ain't good money. That's an old adage from the hood. Whether you're playing dominoes or taking a loan from a local shark, don't do it. There was a time we couldn't even take money from an agent. You couldn't even take a meal from an agent. But today, it's the wild, wild west. Absolutely.
I wouldn't take any. I would ban NIL when it comes to boosters at the high school level. If it was up to me, I would make it to where they can only earn name, image, and likeness money through sponsorships. I wouldn't allow them to earn booster money. I'd make that illegal because, as you can see, it's causing certain schools to recruit certain areas that are not even their local spots, and like that's ruining the people playing for their local high schools. And I just don't think that's very, what's the word I'm looking uh, well, anyways, you get the point. Like, I think
Yeah.
everybody should go back to playing for their local neighborhoods, representing their cities. Like, everyone's trying to go to whichever team is going to win the championship that year. I feel like that's a bandwagon mentality. Like, let's go back to running it up, representing your hood.
Yeah. JB said he believes what I'm talking about. If Bo would have played, the Patriots would not have been able to beat the Broncos. Harbaugh got suspended for 3 games for buying a recruit a burger for lunch. He sure did. My other story I wanted to touch on, also from Chris Rubio and the Rubio Method. He sends me things throughout the week. We just have a quick discussion about them. From the George Reister III show, the G5 and the FCS is the farm system for Power 4 teams. And so now Schools are leading with the idea, come here, we'll develop you so you can go get the bag. That's the new
Yep.
thought process. Is that good or bad as we see teams like Sac State paying to go FBS? Uh, is it better for FCS and G5 schools to just accept this and embrace it and get in front of it instead of resisting and not being able to get recruits?
I think it's great. It's like let's face it, those schools will never be on the level of Power Four. So it's like a help me help you situation. Like we don't need to keep you, but as long as you play here, develop, and then have an amazing season for us, you will not only will you bring in more kids for me, but we what we can give you in return is a better opportunity at the higher levels. It's like a trade off. Think of it as like the G League. Like you play here, we might call you up to the main roster. Like you're trying to get called up to Power Four, so you play a lower level like a FCS or a Group of Five. And I just think it's an awesome like cycle that they're building. This is the only way that NIL is going to work.
Do you think coaches will ever get off the high horse or wearing their feelings on their sleeve by being upset when a kid that they don't think is ready to go to the next level? Like I saw a lot of coaches this offseason posting about kids not having the film to go to another school and that you should be happy staying here and being mistreated and not played. When will that be a thing of the past?
Well, if a coach is how do I say this? If a coach feels the need to insult a kid for them leaving, they clearly must have wanted to use them for something. But as you know, like kids can't just be sitting around. Like they trying to be on the field as soon as possible so they can start putting film on tape. So you can keep a kid around for 2-3 years, but they are trying to establish themselves as soon as possible. So they're going to go somewhere where they can do that.
Yeah. And I think I've always been a coach that would tell a student athlete, go where you feel like you'll be best served academically, athletically, mentally, spiritually, the whole nine, because your window to play is short, it's small. And if you have any regrets and you would say, I should have did this, I should have done that. And then by the time you're done, you'll be like, man, I should have did this, but now I don't have any more time. I don't want any kid playing for me that doesn't want to play for me. And if I believe a student can't make the field or it doesn't look like they're ever going to develop in the time frame that they need to, I would give them the honest feedback and the honest direction to say, hey, this is going to be your top here. You're going to play, but you won't ever be featured unless something happens in this. I would suggest you get prepared to be, a serviceable special teams player or whatever it might be. But I think it's important for coaches to be honest with kids that they don't plan on playing. Like I told my story at UCLA, how they weren't going to tell me that I was in the doghouse permanently until I made the decision to move to defense. And it wasn't because I wasn't playing well. It was because I had been labeled a kid who's not a team player, who would not help us when we needed him to help us. And I was just like, well, how long do these grudges last until the new head coach comes in? And I wasn't going to be certain that was ever going to happen. So I moved when I moved, and then we got a new head coach the following year. And it still worked out. I'm not bitter. I'm actually coaching in the showcase this Saturday, the Terry Donahue California showcase, where overlooked student athletes get another chance to showcase their talent in front of coaches. So you and I will be coaching in that. And I think it's a good thing. What I learned through my experience at UCLA as far as not being communicated to is something I would never do to another student athlete. I would always communicate that this is what's going on. So they would never feel like no one told me or communicated with me, this is what it's going to be. So, I think that's just the courtesy that could be implemented in coaching today. Instead of you keeping secrets, and I mean, this has been going on for a long time, like from coaches keeping information from student athletes, from coaches keeping letters from student athletes. That was something that was going on back in the 80s and 90s, where the head coach dictated where you get recruited based on your letters that went to the school. It was a notorious scandal for a lot of coaches back in the 80s. JB says the community colleges like Last Chance U, the guys are getting developed and go. But that's the whole thing about junior college. You're going 2 years or 1 year to get out. So now the group of 5 in the FCS schools are basically the new JCs. And if you got grades, D3 is the way to go, because you get on the field, you get your film. They got scholarships academically. JB said, I actually love D2 quarterback out of MSU, Moorhead. All them guys can play. Look at Trinidad Chambliss. Jack Strand, 6'5", 240, and he's athletic. Oh, yeah, he's going to get the bag next year. He'll get the bag next year. Communication is key with coaches and players. Absolutely. Absolutely. And last but not least, this one came down saying the All-Star game was simple. This is a yearly showcase to show casual fans how fun and exciting the NBA can be. The best shooters did the three-point contest, and the best athletes did the dunk contest. The best players played in a generally competitive basketball game. Where did we go wrong? I don't know. People want to blame LeBron for not doing the dunk contest, which became...
Because the best athletes did not do the dunk contest.
Right. So now we can't even get John Morant and Ant-Man to do it because LeBron and KD and all of them said you don't have to and still be a megastar. Or we got blessed with Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Kenny Smith, even got to, who was in it? So Nate Robinson was doing it. Wasn't a megastar, but very much popular player. But then you got Zach LaVine and what was the other kid's name that did the crazy dunks with the mascot? Was it? He plays for the Nuggets. What's that kid's name? Who got robbed in the dunk contest twice? Was it Watson? Aaron Gordon. So why wasn't Peyton Watson in the dunk contest? Like somebody that's on the verge of becoming a megastar. Peyton Watson from Long Beach Poly would have gave us way better dunks than these guys this year. Oh, well, man. All right, our show time is wrapping up. Anything you want to add to the show before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah. John Morant, I'm calling you out. I saw a clip with you and I Show Speed. I saw a clip with him and I Show Speed, right? And Speed was bragging to John Morant about how athletic he was. He told him he jumped a 40-inch vert, and this man, John Morant, said, you need to add 10 more to that. I jump a 50. I said, I'd love to see that in the dunk contest, man.
Man,
so where 50, you at?
50.
You have a 50-inch vert. Like, where you at?
So, John Morant, you've been called out. We want to see you in the dunk contest. 1-foot dunks, 2-foot dunks, jumping over cars, jumping over people. And Ant-Man, I don't think you can beat him. Ant-Man will do anything if you challenge him. So we want to see Ant-Man take this challenge, John Morant versus Ant-Man, and they will revive the dunk contest. And there's some other high flyers out there that we know about that could join in that group. And we want to see Dame versus Steph in the three-point contest. And whoever else that think they can shoot the ball a little bit. Cat, who else? Klay Thompson. Shout out to Klay Thompson. He just gifted his girlfriend Meg Thee Stallion a baby blue Bentley. Must be nice. All right, man. That's our time. Must be nice. Well, when you are a 4-time champ like Clay likes to show, I got 4 of them. You can do that. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. I got Dietrich Ellison here. He said John gonna be dunking with guns. He can't bring no prop guns to the dunk contest, man. And you know, after every time he dunk it, he gonna give a shooting kind of gesture. He gonna be pew, 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 pew. All right, man. That's our show. Until next time, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace and blessings. We out.